My wife is Canadian. Is Marie-Jo Thériault. She's an artist, a fantastic artist, and we met with Feist, which is a Canadian singer that went here to record some commercial. My wife said to her, Marie-Jo said to her, "Why don't you come and do your album here?" And that was probably the first real move for what La Frette was going to be, because she accepted. She went to make an album here, and what happened is on the first days, her producer was sick. He was with fever. He couldn't move from his bed, and he said, "Could you put the band in the rooms and have them rehearsing, and I'll be there in a couple of days." And they did that, and we recorded it. She was here on those rooms, and she was singing outside and in the garden, and we recorded that. And she was the first person to really break the ice here, because before we were still trying to be a regular studio, recording downstairs, sometimes upstairs, but we were risking a little bit. Then we realized you can use the whole place. That kind of a place, because it's not really made like a regular studio, puts the artist in the condition when this peak level can be longest, and also the control room is downstairs, so you don't see the engineer, so you forget that you're in the studio. And suddenly we realized that those rooms were sounding very special. It's a whole house which is an instrument. When people can get together, even if it's for a week or two, it makes a whole difference. You can have a setup that you will use when you're ready, not definitely at 10 o'clock or 11, but it makes it liquid. It's not fixed. So they can reinvent the situations, and they can get together and react to each other. That was a good experience with Carquois, which is a band from Canada. They started to come when they had concerts in France. Instead of going to a hotel, they come here for a couple of days, and they had some ideas of music to do. They started one thing in the morning. On the evening, they had a new song. And they did a double album like this, instead of being in hotels, being there, but not making a plan to record, but they recorded. And at the end, they had a double album. The ability of being together brings a lot of things. Well, last year, we had the Arctic Monkeys. They wanted to record on tape, initially on 16 tracks, virtually with no headphones, everybody playing together. That was a very refreshing experience, because what happened is they made a setup into those rooms. They didn't want to do any overdub. 2 piano parts, there had to be 2 pianos. When there was 2 drum parts, there were to be 2 drums, 4 guitar parts, 4 guitars playing, everybody together, like in the old times. I mean, like, we were not sure we were able to do that kind of thing, because it's really risky, especially when you realize that you do a take, and if it's not the good one, you erase it and you do another one. So we really prepared all the tape recorders, find a sound in those rooms where you have to get the energy like if you're on stage, but you have to play very much lower because it's an acoustic take. When they did that, I realized, okay, it's possible. It's still possible, even if we're not used to do it anymore. That's something that we can do. There was like 2 pianos here, a lot of keyboards, guitars, bass, a pile of amps, 2 drums there. We even had sometimes the singer to be outside on the terrace, so he could look at everybody, but being isolated, but being outside in the air. What was amazing is the album sounded exactly like what we heard in the rooms. And that was, okay, that sounds normal. You could say it's normal, but it's so rare to do these kind of things. A friend, Charlie Winston, he made a beautiful thing. He was doing an album here, and I'd like to make a video in each room of the place. So what he did is he played all the instruments with his mouth, you know, all the parts, and then he was filmed in every room with a different attitude. You have to see this video, it's amazing. I realized that you can really look at this place like a theater. I had no plan when it started. I'm confident that with no plan for the future, something will happen.
I need to breathe and find out what that means to me.